HarperCollins presents A Curse of Blood and Wolves, Wolf Brothers, by Melissa Mcternan, read by Kevin Shen. Chapter 1. Ruby kept her pace steady, even as the hairs rose on the nape of her neck, a familiar breathlessness squeezing her lungs. She felt the stranger's gaze tracking her as she traipsed through the woods. Dry leaves crunched under her feet on the overgrown trail, the smell of dirt and pine drifting up to her nose. Beneath the terror of knowing she was being watched, a deep sense of relief settled into her. He was still here, still waiting. Any sensible woman wouldn't be traveling through these woods after dark. She shouldn't be here. But she was not a sensible woman. Every night, after leaving her shift at the bar, she promised herself she would take the long way home, stick to the well-lit streets through town, and stay out of the woods. And yet every night she found herself back on this same path, her black boots stomping through the underbrush, sticks and vines lashing across her bare legs, and always the stranger's eyes on her. Her pulse leapt again at the thought. He was here somewhere just beyond the glow of the moon. He kept to the shadows, so quiet she sometimes wondered if she imagined him. But then the sound of a snapped twig underfoot, or the slight rustling of leaves, and she would be convinced all over again that he was there. She supposed she should be afraid. Her body seemed to think so anyway. Her heart raced in her chest, and her breathing was unsteady. It took all her strength not to glance behind her with every step, to not give in to the tingling awareness at the back of her neck. She had to fight every instinct not to break into a run until she made it to the safety of the little house she shared with her sister. But beneath the thrumming fear of her body, she wasn't afraid at all. She was excited, alive, aroused. Further evidence that she was just as screwed up as everyone said she was. Rumors had swirled about her for years. She was a witch. She communed with the dead. She fucked ghosts. Whatever the hell that meant. Leaves whispered alongside the trail, and a shape moved through the shadows beside her. Goosebumps raised along her arms despite the heat of the night. Maybe she was just as weird as everyone said. Maybe she would fuck a ghost, or whatever it was that was following her, because damn it if she wasn't trembling at the thought. She picked up her pace, closing in on the path that led to her backyard. The house she shared with her sister sat on the edge of town. The girls bought the tidy fixer-upper with the money their aunt left them when she died. Ruby strode toward it now, the light from an upstairs window shining through the trees. Their closest neighbor's house was already dark. It must be past midnight. Ruby was nearly in her own yard when she dared a glance over her shoulder. She froze, pinned to the spot by a pair of silver eyes shining out from the darkness. Holy shit! A hulking shape stepped from the shadows and into the light spilling from her window. A strangled sound left her lips, fear and panic clamoring to escape her throat. He was massive. The man, her stranger, was huge. He hadn't come any closer, leaving enough space between them that she couldn't make out his features in the dark, except for his glowing eyes and the dark hair that hung to his shoulders. Run! The word tore through her thoughts, but her feet remained stuck. Her body refused to obey her mind. So this was how she died. A fitting death, she supposed, just as weird and macabre as she was. Strangled to death by a stranger in the woods. What would it feel like to have his hands around her throat? Her breath caught, a choked whimper in the silence between them. The man shifted, his eyes flashing in the darkness. His enormous chest rose and fell nearly as fast as her own, as though he was just as affected by this moment. Why had he followed?
Sample complete. Ready to continue?